Board. Welcome everybody to the Wednesday afternoon team call. We're super excited. Today we have a guest speaker on with us, Autumn. I'll give her a proper introduction in just a few, but I'm going to go through some announcements real quick. And then as you guys are listening to Autumn speak today as well, you can ask any questions from her that you might have. So first things first, we have a new coach opportunity sharing video that is about 10 minutes long. So if you haven't seen that yet, you can check that out in the team pages. I'm also going to drop it into the chat thread right now. So if you are on live, you can see that right inside the chat thread. So it's basically something I saw another amazing coach do, and so we just emulated that, and I did it with a voiceover of my voice. If you want a female's voice on, I have two options on my YouTube channel where you can use either one of those. So that video is there to help with a coach opportunity as like a sharing invite tool. The next thing is in the Coach Online office, they just announced that we have what is called the Make Your Mark promotion for October. FAQ 3782, it's basically going to be challenging you to achieve higher goals for yourself with your Success Club, but also with your personally sponsored coaches, helping them up their game and do more than they've ever done before. So that is once again called the Make Your Mark. It's going to be similar to the Beat Your Best challenge that we did back in July. So the next thing is we have Super Saturday is on October 20th in the US and Canada, and then it's on October 27th in the UK. So if you don't know what Super Saturday is, it's basically a group event that is live and in a town near you where all Beachbody coaches from all different teams come together. There's a training video from corporate, you usually do a workout, and usually a couple of local people will share their stories with the entire group of their weight loss transformation or their business success. For example, we're going to be traveling 3 hours south down to Salt Lake City to be there with Chris Downing. So once in a while, these Super Saturday events will have celebrity trainers or someone from corporate come visit as well. So speaking of that, if you need to find your local Super Saturday event, you just go to the coachfaq.com, type in October Super Saturday. There'll be a hyperlink where you can go and click through an interactive map that show all of the registered Super Saturdays. If you don't see a Super Saturday registered near you quite yet, be patient. They'll pop up as the coaches in those local areas get them registered. So that's Super Saturday. Also, speaking of Super Saturday and Chris Downing coming to ours, we have the new Shift Shop packs and bundles. Those are launching on October 1st, which is just a few days away. I also want you guys to as we're talking about packs and bundles, there's a new announcement that was made recently. They put it up in the Team Beachbody Champions page, but as of prior to October 1st and before, only a customer could buy a challenge pack or a completion pack of the sort. So what that means is if you're a coach, you can't do that, buy a challenge pack like that. But they just released and announced that that will be available to coaches as well, because it is more discounted than even your coach discount price on buying the product. So if you are a coach, which you are on this team, on this video, you can now get challenge packs and bundles at the discounted price as well. And those are launching on October 1st. So make note of that. The next thing that I want to now make sure that we talk about is Coach Summit. Coach Summit is July 11th through the 14th of 2019. This is the annual convention where Beachbody coaches come from USA, Canada, UK, and we all are going to Indianapolis. And it's just an awesome experience. You have to be there to know the power that comes behind it. But one thing, I remember seeing a slide as I was sitting in one of the workshops this last summit that said, I can't remember the exact, so you can't quote me exactly, but it showed something like coaches who attend Summit earn 7 point, and it had a number like 7.5 or something like that % more than 700 times more. So 7 times more than the coaches that don't attend Summit. So we want you to come to Summit with us. Summit tickets are $180. And then basically we'll do a team call on all the ins and outs of Summit so you can plan accordingly and set your goals. But basically you just need to figure out how to get there and then pay for your food and then the thing we've seen over the last 8 years as coaches is our teammates getting together and sharing rooms with each other to share the cost. So, for example, a room for if you were paying for it by yourself at Summit is usually like $800 for the entire event. But if you split that with 3 other people, you're looking at like $200 if you split and share a room with somebody. And by the way, at Summit, you hardly spend time at your room because it's so jam-packed with activities and workshops and celebration parties. So we want you to get you thinking right now about Coach Summit, because it's literally like 8 or 9 months away, and we're going to be going out there again. And I don't want you to be sitting there at home being like, why am I not at Summit with these guys? So make that goal now. Put it in your calendar. If you need to help figure out a budget or whatever, let me know privately. Send me a message on Facebook or whatever, and we'll help set some goals with your business so that it's covered. That cost of that is covered. I just did that with one of my coaches yesterday, and she's brand new and she wants to go. And we basically figured out she needed to have, without even building a team or residual income from repeat customers, she could basically pay for her own Shakeology business fees and cover her flight, hotel, food, and Summit ticket by hitting Success Club 8 every single month from now until Coach Summit. So that just gives you kind of an idea on how you can set your goals, and that's without even building a team. So with that being said, we're done with announcements. We'll get to the best part of this call. We have Autumn with us today to let you know a little bit about Autumn. She's recently has been acknowledged as a 5-star diamond coach. She's in qualification for 6-star diamond. What that means is when you're in qualification to become a star diamond, it means one of your personally sponsored coaches becomes diamond. So she has 5 personally sponsored coaches that are diamonds, but in reality she has 6. What that means is once you have a coach go diamond, they have to hold that rank for a period of 6 weeks, and then you go on to a paid 6-star diamond or official 6-star diamond. So she's in 6-star qualifying right now. She is just a few points away from hitting elite in 2018. She's already got the 5-star diamond part in place. She's already got 2 new diamond coaches this year. She's just a few points away from achieving that. She's a Success Club legend. She's been a coach for 27 months and hit Success Club for 27 months as well. And one thing that I love about Autumn that she shared with me is she hit Success Club and Emerald without having even one conversation with her sponsor coach within a week of her coach kit arriving at her door. So her coach was at Summit, I believe it was, and she was just anxious to get going. She signed up and she hit Success Club and Emerald without even talking with her coach. So another cool thing is she was a part of the original 80-day obsession test group. So with that being said, Autumn, I'm going to pass the time over to you. I'll unmute you, so make it easier. There you go.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me okay? This computer's been having, okay, good. This computer's been having some issues, so I swapped over to this, hoping that could clear out some things. Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you so much for the introduction, and thank you so much for inviting me to be on this call. I feel really honored to even be invited to be on this call, so thank you. So like Scotty was saying, I signed up in July 2016. I signed up because I was a health and PE teacher who had no time for my own fitness and health. I have 3 kids. My husband's a baseball coach. 0 time for me at that point. And this was like, well, I can do this fitness at home. And in the back of my mind, I thought, well, and what if I could make a little extra money doing this? I got the kit, fell in love with it. I did 21 Day Fix. That was back before you could get the whole streaming. I just got the DVD 21 Day Fix. Like 3 days in, I was so sore, and I'd been running and doing all these things. And I was like, okay, this is legit. This works. I felt amazing from Shakeology. My husband wanted to start trying it because he could see the difference. So that was like within a week of getting the kit, I just was like, okay, I could totally share this. And let's just see what happens. I started sharing it a couple days. I got a bunch of messages, people interested, and I decided, okay, I'm going to do this. And that was really the decision. And that's what my story has kind of come down to. I decided, and I've been consistent ever since. It was a decision I made. Okay, I'm going to make this work, and I'm going to just do what successful coaches tell me to do. My coach is Ashley Molstad. That is my coach. I'm sure you guys probably know right now. She's the number 1 coach in the network. But she was my coach, and I was like, if she left her job and did this, why can't I? And that's what I want all of you guys to say. Like, why can't it be you? If there are people successful in this business, it can be you too. You just have to decide it, and then you just have to put in the work. And that was what it was for me. It was that decision. Okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make it work. And if she did it, I can do it. And I watched a video about how Danielle Natoni used to be a teacher, and I was like, well, she was a teacher. She's a math teacher. My husband's a math teacher. I can do this. But then I went to the trainings, and I saw the work that needed to be done, and I didn't decide, well, but I'm not going to do this work. I decided then I need to do this work. And I've consistently done it every day since I signed up in July 14, 2016. And so I live in Oregon. It took about a week for my kit to get there. So I got there on July 21st. Summit was going on. I just went into the team page. I started looking through the team page. I went to YouTube. I Googled stuff. How do you earn money in Beachbody? Oh, Success Club. How do you hit Success Club? Oh, okay. So then when people ask me, oh, you want this challenge pack? It's going to be the best deal. And this is what I always tell them. It is the best value for you. And the more that you invest in you, the more you're going to deliver your results. And that's what I started telling them. And I sold a couple of challenge packs. My running partner at the time, she wanted it. And so she wanted to sign up with the discounts as a coach for the discounts. Because again, I learned this on Google. And I was like, okay, offer the discount to everybody because it saves them money. Why wouldn't I want to save people money? And so she signed up as a coach for the discounts. I sold a challenge pack to somebody that didn't want it. And then I signed up my husband. I did that, hit Emerald, hit Success Club. Ashley came back from Summit and reached out to me and said, oh my gosh, tell me what's going on with you. And so that's how I started. And then I was like, well, if I hit Success Club 6 in a week, why can't I hit 10 from now on if that's the thing? And so then I told myself, now I have to hit 10 from now on. To be honest with you guys, I have missed 10 one other time since, so I can't say that I've hit Success Club 10. I did miss one time, and I'll tell you that story in a little bit. But otherwise, I've hit Success Club 10 or plus from now on, or from then on. And again, it was a decision. And that wasn't, for me, I'm a horrible at sales, you guys. I tried to work at Nordstrom right out of high school. Couldn't sell a thing. You had to make commissions. You had to make so much to earn extra commissions. Couldn't make it making a minimum wage there at Nordstrom where everybody's rolling in the dough from their commissions. Couldn't do it because I didn't see the value. I see the value in this in changing people's lives. And that is what it is for me. It is never 2 points for me. It is never commission for me. It is the value that this can do for someone like me. This changed my life. We have a different home now. I'm working from home now. I was a teacher in a classroom. I do work an online teaching job currently also, but still it was a way drop and paid. There's no way I could do it. My kids are out of daycare now. I got to do this. This changed my life. And that is what I want for everybody else. So consistently onboarding people, offering them the discount. So not everyone instantly wanted to be a working coach, but they signed up for the discounts. And then I dove into those challenge groups. And I did that because what gets love flourishes. Your families, your friendships, plants. What gets love flourishes. So I dive into these challenge groups and I provide so much love in my challenge groups. I want them to talk about their struggles. I talk about my struggles because I need to do the workouts every day, right? Because we need to be consistently proof the product works. Some days, I show up and it is the worst workout of my life. I post about it. Oh my gosh, I literally walked for 10 minutes, marched in place. I laid on the ground through a set. You know what? But I showed up. And so I show them that struggle. And I do that every day. I share the truth. And when it's an awesome workout, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what just happened. I woke up like I took 10 shots of Energize. It was fantastic, right? But I show up because if I'm doing the workouts every day anyway, I show up in my boot camp as a challenger. I've never stopped doing that. And that's created a culture with my team. And we basically, a culture with my boot camp. And then some of the girls who started to switch over to coaches said, can I still stay in your challenge group? I just really love it. And I'm going to be honest, at first I was like, well, go do your own or whatever. And they did, but then they said, but I still want to stay in yours. I want to watch and see what's going on. And I just love the community. And because I built that in there, they didn't even want to leave it. So I said, okay, stay. And at first, again, I was like, okay, so I really want to know that you're really doing your own group and I want to see what's going on there. And then I started realizing other people were like, oh, she's a coach and she still does these. I want to be a coach like her. I want to go to Super Saturday with you guys. And so I actually started inviting my challenge group to come with us to Super Saturday. I would say, hey, this is Coach Center, just so you know, but we have these amazing workouts. So, drop an emoji if you want to come or if you want more info. So then pretty soon, more and more people wanted to come to those to be part of the community. And then those people wanted to be coaches. And so that is how I brought more and more people working the business that way. And then also, like me, when they see results, and they're like, oh my gosh, I could get paid for doing something I already do. And I can work with these group of women that I already love and work with. Okay, cool. And so that's what it is. I really wanted to create that culture. Actually, for me, again, because I really do care about the people, and I never look at it as the sale first. I look at it as the person behind it. And then on top of that, I realized it was just growing into this big thing of people, a community, creating a community and a culture in my team. And that was really important to me. I've always been willing to fail forward. I try, like I said, I do what successful coaches do. I have ran, hey, come join my sneak peek group. Nobody signs up. I still mention it 4 times in that week. Oh my gosh, it was so fun talking about my income today. I posted on, social, well, now it's stories or whatever, but back on Snapchat back in the day or whatever, I did that. And then the next month I would mention it again. I'd get one person. When I got my one person who wanted to be in a back behind the scenes, I call it my Coach Sneak Peek week. When they wanted to be in the behind the scenes Coach Sneak Peek week, I told my coaches, why don't you hop in this group with me so you can kind of see how I run it? I'd never ran one. I put them in there with me. And then the one person saw 10 people in the group. And so there was 10 people in the group. Another idea that I've given my coaches since, I'm like, you know what, why don't you team up with someone else and run it, right? But I just continue to fail forward. And now when I run these Coach Sneak Peek weeks, I get 100 people in them. And that was because I was okay with not getting anybody, and I'm inviting again the next month. And I ran a lot of free groups before Clean Week would come out, before it came out, which I think Clean Week is amazing that they get the workouts and everything, and they can try Shakeology and everything for $30. I think it's amazing. But before that, I would run a Clean Week, and I would just give them some clean meal ideas, and I would talk to them a little bit how to set up a meal plan for a week, and I YouTube some workouts and put them in there. First month, nobody, I offered, then said, hey, you want to come do the whole group with me? Nobody did. Second month, nobody did. I'm like, oh, this is too much work. But successful coaches say, stick with it. So I did. Pretty soon, I'm pulling out 3-4 people from those who wanted to do a group. So that's how I was that consistency is how I created a team of people who wanted to be coaches, discount coaches or working coaches. Then discount coaches wanted to become working coaches by this culture that I created within my boot camps. Then also my team page, we have the same culture. I would do Zoom workouts together, 5 a.m. That was the most popular workout time. Not everybody could make it, but I didn't record it. I just said, hop on. You don't have to have the camera on you. Wave at the camera, turn it to the TV or whatever, but let's just meet up. And then let's leave a little comment. So I was doing that 5 a.m. every day for a while, and then, Monday through Friday. And then it switched to every weekend, a Saturday morning one. And then once a month, Saturday mornings, I would invite everybody near me. Now that I moved to an area where there's a community center in my neighborhood, so I have a spot. I would invite everyone near me to come work out together once a month. And the 80-day obsession cardio core is a great one for that. And then I would Zoom it in for anybody who wasn't. So I'm like, hey, we're going to do this live workout. Lots of people wanted to be there. Again, creating that culture. And anybody who couldn't make it wanted to hop on to the Zoom to be there with us. And so it created that as well. So again, you guys, this is 2 years. I didn't try to do all these things at once, right? I just continuously chose to grow. I hop on all my team calls. I schedule it out. My husband knows, do not bother Autumn during this time of day. I have kid duty because I'm on my team calls, and that's just how it goes. I make sure that, I go to Summit, I go to live events. I've never missed a Super Saturday. I went to my first one when I was a coach for like 2 weeks because, like I said, they were in Summit. Like it was July. The first Super Saturday was like August 4th or something. I was shaking. I was so nervous. I was so scared. But again, I decided I'm going to be successful at this. And this is what successful people do. And so I went. I went to Summit. I just make sure, I've gone to Summit every time now. I just make sure that I do the things that successful coaches do because I am a successful coach. That's what I've been telling myself, which is another one, personal development. I don't miss it. I do it all the time. You have to. This business gets hard. It just does. That's the thing. Anything you do is anything in life, right? If anything worth sticking out gets hard. But if you're not like constantly working on your mind and that I am going to do this. I am successful. I'm going to make this work. You're going to have a hard time. So I dig into personal development. And also, I don't just do like the, oh, yay, I feel so good. I'm so happy. But I also do business personal development, like the 10X rule, the compound effect. There's a lot of good ones. But I am always, and I now like reading, if reading it is like, oh, I don't have the time or the patience to sit down and read. Audible is my thing now. And at first I was like, oh, the Audible books are more, but now I'm like, what I get back in that is amazing. And that's huge to me because here's the thing. And I touched this earlier and I said I'd get back to this. I was in the 80-day obsession, the original test group. My business brand is kind of like a life of balance. Like I like have a hard time being full. I use as a guideline. I very rarely do go off, but we have, like I said, my husband's a varsity baseball coach. We have 3 kids in sports. We have a crazy schedule. I prep and plan meals because it saves us a lot. But at the same time, we have a lot of social events. And so, you know what, if I have the brownie, I don't really worry about it. But in the 80-day obsession test script, she said, no treats, nothing. That was like hard for me, right? But I mean, that's good because we have to show the true things. That was hard for me. I get to day 60. No, it was actually day like 50. My back started acting up, but I didn't want to say anything. I'm trying to power through. I had to take a couple days off and I was like, crud, we're not supposed to miss any workouts. What am I going to do? I tried to power through. Day 68, I dropped off my daughter in the nursery at church at the church in the nursery. And I can't get back up. My back just folds in half and I'm like this, like bent over, and I'm still in the 80-day obsession test group. I like have to pull myself up in the door, try to just walk out like no big deal. I go over to the stairs and I'm like, I can't move. I don't know what I'm going to do. I sat down, got to my chair. I sat there in so much pain. My husband had to get me and my daughter back out to the car. I was on the couch for 3 days straight. By the time I got to the doctor, they said, you're not working out for at least 6 weeks. And I was like, what? I struggled through this being 100% and I can't finish it. I was devastated. I was in tears, but I thought, well, what can I do? And if without that personal development, I don't know what I would have done, because here I am in this test group that, was an amazing opportunity. I couldn't even finish it, but what could I do? I literally pulled myself up for my after pictures. And actually a lot of people have commented like, what's going on with your hair and after? Because I couldn't even do my hair. My back was so messed up and it's like crazy, but I was like, I can take an after picture. I can talk about the personal development I'm doing. I can talk about what I'm going through and how I can still coach because that can inspire my team. I can talk about I don't know if I said this, the personal development I'm doing. I dug into that at that point. And then when I could, I did yoga. And that's what I did. And I shared that. And thank goodness. And I talked about that. Thank goodness. We have this library of workouts. I can just switch over to yoga, which actually is great for my physical therapy. And wow, I'm so thankful I can do it. There was one point I'm like walking with my ring light in my hand and my back is like on fire, but my physical therapist said, yeah, keep doing that yoga. And my husband's like taking a video of me like, this needs to go on your team page of this is what you do to be successful. And I was like, no, don't record me right now. But you know what? It was because I could do something. And that's always my thing. What can I do right now? I could have quit. I could have laid back. And you know what? The thoughts went through my head and I'm not going to say they didn't, you guys, but that consistently doing what you can is the thing. That is the thing that's going to carry you to be successful in the business. So that was a big struggle for me. And then you guys, so That was in the middle of October. So I missed I missed Success Club 10 that October. And it was probably the poor me in my head. I think about that. It was me getting in my way. I can't believe this happened. I still hit Success Club 6, but not 10. And so, like I said, when most of it happened. But so I like to share that because it was my head. I know it wasn't the not working out because I was sharing all the other things. I was doing what I could. It was the poor me I got in my own head. So, but then again, I wanted to now go on to like how this happened. So this happened in October, December, starting to feel better. I was dancing around the living room with my kids and I messed up my knee. I was on crutches for another 6 weeks. When the actual 80-day session was released on October 15th, I had just been like cleared to work out like the week before and I didn't do anything for that week. So I'm like, I'm not going to miss out on this one. And it was really, again, that decision. I got invited to go work out on stage with Chris Downing because I brought the most people to Super Saturday, the Super Saturday he was at, because, again, I invite my challengers. And I had a knee brace on. My back was messed up. And the first thing I was like, I can't do this. And I was like, no, you can. Do what you can. Get on that stage. You aren't going to get this opportunity again. And that has been the thing that has kept me going is do what you can, keep going. And but also then the end of January, that's when I signed my first girl who was going to be my diamond. So there we go. That whole story was just me, my consistency leading me to this. I wouldn't have signed her if I would have quit in that hard in October, November, December. I wouldn't have signed her. If I would have taken a step back, she would have went on to another coach that was more inspiring. This girl wanted to build a business. She was a young mom who has a really bad backstory of her family. And she said, I'm not going to be the mom that my mom was. I'm doing this for my son. So she was looking for this business opportunity. She signed up the end of January. Team Cup was February. Again, I wanted to build a culture. So I invited my coaches who promised me they're going to hit Success Club. Because you know what? If they make that decision and make that promise, I fully believe they're going to do it. I said, you're going to promise me you're going to hit Success Club if you want to be on my Team Cup. And I'm going to do daily assignments and you're going to do them. I can give those to you in the future if you want them, but I made a daily, there was Monday through Saturday, I think, or actually I think it was Monday through Sunday, daily assignments they had to do. Then what I also did to build this culture is I had them comment on each other's and share a PD that they did. So they're getting extra PD every day because they're reading what other people can do. Yes, I will right after the call then. Awesome. So in the Team Cup, I made everybody do these daily assignments. And I said, if you paste the link to yours, then you better comment on everybody else's who does. And we did it every day. That girl I signed in January, she said, well, I want to be successful. Is this something I should do? I said, yes. She did it. She hit diamond in 41 days. And you know what it was? Consistency. I even asked her, oh my gosh, what are you doing? She said, everything you told me to do. I just did the things you told me to do, Autumn. You had those daily assignments. I did them. You told me to do personal development. I did it. You told me to talk to people online. I did it. And I was like, that's it. That's exactly it. It's consistently just doing the things that aren't secrets. That's really what it is. And so anyway, when she hit diamond, that was my first diamond in February. So actually, I think, the last week in February, I believe. I was like, okay, I've been making this way too hard. By saying, it's okay if you need to take time or whatever, which it is, but at the same time, why don't you focus on doing what you can the way that Sullivan, my first diamond, did. So from there, I had 2 emeralds that were kind of sitting there just watching. One went right to diamond. She was like, oh, okay. Oh, she did it in 41 days. Oh yeah, I can do it. She just started working, went to diamond. Again, we did chat. We did message. I can't even text message pods. Like we would talk together in text message pods about what we're doing and things that work. And I asked the people, who wants to run with me? And then I did another one, another group like in April. And I said, okay, this is for everyone who is going to hit Success Club. And if you're all going to hit, and I didn't say that, that whole team did hit the Success Club in the Team Cup because they decided they would and they did the work. But then in April, I said, okay, who wants to be in Success Club with me? We'll do another side group. I will send out a prize to every single person if every single person hits Success Club. And it was the same thing. Like, okay, you're going to do your PD. You're going to share it. You're going to share your favorite post. We're going to interact with it. Because one thing I tell my team is don't leave any stones unturned. I know the big thing is Instagram right now. It wasn't back in January, at least for me. And I think that's when maybe it wasn't for me. So we were liking, commenting on Facebook then. And now even when we still do it, we still do that because you know what? We still find people on Facebook. We find the bulk on Instagram, but we don't give up Facebook because the bulk is on Instagram. We work them both because there are people who need us in both places. And if everybody's just working Instagram, what's happened to the people on Facebook who need us, right? So we work both. We don't leave the stones unturned. We do our stories. We don't leave anything that anyone says, okay, this works. Okay, let's take a piece and let's do what we can here. So we did that in April. I got another girl to Diamond. That was my other one who just went, that was Emerald. So then I had a girl who had just signed up, and she quit her gym because she loved 80 Day Obsession so much. She didn't have a coach. She found it through online. But she had a friend of a friend who said, hey, these challenge groups that this girl is running is awesome. Come be in our challenge group. So this girl came over and she's like, you were a PE teacher? I'm a PE teacher too. I really love this program. I quit my gym. Like, what do you do? And I just told her, oh, this is what I do. I just share my journey, and she went Diamond in about 2 months. So, and that was again, because I just said, this is what you do and do it. She did it. She loved the program. She was already doing the workouts. Like, that's the thing too. You can't just sell. You have to love it and you have to do it yourself. So, and then I think I'm up to 4 or 5 at that point. Another girl was the one that was at Emerald that was watching all these people go Diamond for a long time. She's like, okay, wait, if they're doing it, I could do it. And then another girl I found on Instagram, she just started messaging me. She went to Diamond. She went to Emerald when I was at Summit this year. So actually she reminded me of me because she just signed up, went to Emerald while I was at Summit, came back, got to Diamond. Actually, when the day I started my qualifying, I was going to start my qualifying for 4-star, she went to Diamond and made it 5-star. So it was pretty cool. So, but then what I did with those girls to keep going, again, I've told you, I've done these little pods where we're working together, we're doing assignments together, we're interacting with each other. So they know that we're all interacting, but it still feels really good to have these comments and likes and stuff on your posts. We all know that. And so we are doing that for each other a whole bunch. And then I put it into the text strand and I said, well, actually I put it in my team page. I said, look, we are holding this. We are going to be an elite team. Who wants to be an elite team with me? I didn't say I'm going to be an elite coach. I don't feel like I'm just here doing my work like I have always done, you guys. It's not, I've always been doing this consistent thing. I'm just here doing it. My team is going to be elite. And that is because I said, who's going to do this with me? And the people who said, I'm in, we put them in a text strand. We have like diamond dashes and stuff in our team pages. I don't know. I'm sure you guys maybe have something like that. I said, okay, all of you get in this diamond dash. If you're really running with me, get in this diamond dash with me. If you're not, we're moving on because we have a goal. The people who didn't, like, I did move on without them. And I said, because we have a goal and we can't, like, it's like, you know what I mean? If you're running and you've got this person that's back there, that's really hard, right? I'm turning around saying, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And so the people who said, okay, let's go together. Let's arm in arm, link together, let's go. So then we, the ones who got in the diamond dash, we checked in with each other every day. Did you do this yet? It was accountability, just like boot camps, right? Did you do this yet? When are you finishing this? What did you get out of this video? We were texting each other. I checked in with them almost every day, just like I would with my boot camp. And that was that culture, again, that I feel like, they need the love to flourish. And so I'm going to give it to them there. And then from there, I did, so that was basically it. And then what I then told them, okay, so I should take a couple steps back. I'm sorry. I got a little get caught up. If you look at Diamond as 12 coaches, and I got this from my coach, Ashley, she says, if you look at Diamond as 12 coaches, instead of I've got to get all these people, I got to get so-and-so, look at it as 12 coaches. You got to get 12 coaches. You got to get them to fit in the right spot, right? And then so you start working with your people to be at Emerald, you just need them to get 2 coaches or whatever and get those 12 coaches. So when I was running when I first said, okay, guys, I want to make an elite team who wants to be Diamond in this team. And then that means you have to do the work because we talk about how wishing is different than doing. I looked at what I needed and the smallest path was like 15 coaches. So I said, okay, we're 15 coaches away from elite, you guys. Our team as a whole hit over 100 Success Club points last month or whatever at that time. And I said, okay, so 15 coaches is 30 Success Club. Our team hit over 100. Do you guys think we can do this? They said, oh my gosh, that's all it is, right? Of course, they had to be in the right places and the right people had to sign them, but they needed to get all that out of their head and simplify it. And then they said, oh my gosh, yes, we can do this. And then I would do updates weekly. Okay, now we're 13 coaches away. Now we're 11 coaches away. Now we're 6 coaches away. And then at one point, some girl's like, well, I signed 8 coaches in 1 week, which she did. This is my amazing coach. Well, I have a lot of amazing coaches, but the one I told you originally, Diamond in 41 days, because she wants it. She's like, I signed 8 coaches. Why aren't we down the list? And I said, well, they have to be in the right place, you guys. Oh yeah. Okay. You know, and then when we got to holding it, I would send out weekly messages to them again saying, oh my gosh, look how amazing you are holding it another week. This person, you need 1 coach on your left so we can be in next week's qualification. This person, I see you have 2. This person, set for the week. Look at how awesome you guys are doing. Oh my gosh. I like to call that my butt sandwich. Awesome, but awesome, right? I used to work customer service for Home Depot way back in the day, and that's what we called it. So, but again, giving them all that love and sticking with them the whole step of the way. And we are celebrating together. We got together the day that it was official and we celebrated together. I'm going to take them out to dinner and a photo shoot and stuff. And really, I mean, it's just because I feel like I couldn't have done it without them, right? So we look at this as a team thing, not as a me thing. And that's been huge for me from the day I started in my boot camps to with my business now. And now we're already looking at what we're going to do 10-star. And I'm saying who's going to be with me there. Right now, I'm trying to get those diamonds. I'm actually running for them right now, who's going to be 1-star. And so those ones are running with me, and I'm going to do the same thing. And we're going to do that with all of our goals in the future. So I think those are the big points. I'm sorry, I just kind of talked. But I kind of checked and didn't see a lot. But do you guys have any questions or anything?
That was awesome. No, we loved it. Does anybody have a question that you want to ask Autumn before we let her go? Autumn, while we wait to see if anybody said anything, I know that you're going to be a 10-star diamond team, lead a 10-star diamond team. Like,
Thank you.
I can feel it. It's awesome. So you talked to us a little bit about your story and how you got started, your job before, and how you teach online now. Tell us why you are still working so hard.
Oh, that's a big one too. Of course, I hold on to my why very closely. It's actually on my computer right now. It's on my desk or in my mirror in my bedroom. But my why is that more freedom and more family time. And that is why I work hard every day. And when I think about this, you guys, when I go shut the door for my team call for my family, if I quit, I did that for nothing. But if I keep going, that's all going to pay off and more, right? So I think about that too. I'm not taking that time away from my family. I am going to add to it exponentially. And I actually have already in a lot of ways by being able to be home and my kids not having to go to daycare anymore, et cetera. And so that why is with me all the time. And another thing is, if I'm looking at it as lives, if I walk away from my business now, I mean, I have these diamonds that are building emeralds. I have a boot camp with, over 100 people in it. I have all these things. Like if I just walk away from it, I leave all these people that I promised things to. That's not right. That is, if you look at it as a life, not what me, money, Success Club points, then it's a no-brainer.
I love that. It's kind of like that Inky Johnson speech we were listening to, right? At the beginning, as we were getting ready to start.
True.
He's like, if you quit, it's only about you. You're worried about your struggle, your loss of a customer, or whatever it is, right? That cause people to quit, and not thinking about all the people that you promised to be there for and help them. So thank you for being that type of coach, not just for your team, but for the network as well of coaches. I don't see any questions coming in, so I think you articulated your message very well, Autumn. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anyhow, guys, this team call is recorded for those of you that are at work and unable to watch live. So if you have any coaches on your team that weren't able to be on live with us today, make sure that you share that link with them. And Autumn, we appreciate you being on this call with us. And thank you for your time and giving that time to us today.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.